me.
Oh, I love this
gitu. Jadi kayak, iya kan, metaphorically kayak menurut gue memang anjing.
Yeah. I like it when dude.
I love how quirky it is.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting for me as well when I was trying to pick out my bridesmaids.
Menarik.
Tell us more.
With you ladies, I can't imagine how happy I am. Great, thank you. I don't know why I'm crying.
So having a supportive women's circle is so powerful in so many ways. Gitu. It's benefitnya tuh kalau buat gue, it's just super healing aja sih.
Yes.
Why is it people that or these girls doesn't like us? Is it because they're intimidated by us? But we didn't try to intimidate you. Like
No.
we're just living your life just who you are. So if you're intimidated by us, is it our fault?
Yeah.
Like why?
Okay.
The problem is you.
From ancient priestesses to witch covens to Sex and the City, the power and the influence of women's circles is never to be underestimated. If anything, many fear the coming together of powerful women. Agree?
Agree.
Hello viewers, I'm Kaisira. Welcome back to another episode of In Her View, where we create safe space to talk about the messiest, the prim proper, the best and the worst things about being a woman in a safe space.
Well said.
Yes, girl.
Dan hari ini kita itu ingin celebrate. We want to celebrate the powerful women that we've chosen to keep in our lives. So if viewers, you want to mention any of your friends, make them watch this episode because this is what girl gangs do, right?
Yes.
So make sure you let them know and comment, mention their names as well. We would like to say hi. Female friendship is our topic today. Dan kayaknya we're coming to the end of this first season unfortunately. But like we have a couple more episodes. Tapi kita udah sempat beberapa episode tuh merasa bahwa female friendships tuh ternyata berharga banget ya.
Yes.
Of course. If done right.
Yes.
Yeah. So langsung.
Tapi kalau yang nggak right pun, yang wrong pun akan memberikan pelajaran.
Akan kan nggak pernah ada yang salah gitu kan.
Betul.
So let me introduce you to my girl gang. We have Karina Basrawan.
What's up?
Caroline Soerachmat.
Hey.
Shahnaz Suartono.
Yeah.
And Miss Marissa Anita.
Sally.
Yeah. Well, the coming together of this girl gang was pretty unexpected. And the coming together of this conversation is also pretty unexpected. So, what is, the key to female friendship? Friends or acquaintances? Itu kan ada bedanya ya.
Yes.
Karena kalau di sini kan kita udah kita mulai dari acquaintances. Karena kita mulai dari kerja. Kita ketemu pertama kali waktu kita kerja, mulai dari acquaintances. Tapi bisa growing ke friendship. Nah, banyak orang tuh yang ternyata nggak tahu perbedaannya, nggak sadar mungkin. Tapi banyak yang memang membedakan secara aware dan sengaja. So what do you are friends and acquaintances?
I mean, I think I would like to start this because the one that kind of shake me and made me aware is my husband. Because I always intend to she's my best friend. She's my sister, right?
Yeah.
Without knowing how she reciprocate with how I feel, right? Because it takes two ways.
Yes.
Right? So my husband just recently, in these couple of years, he said, not everyone is your best friend. It's okay if it's only your colleague. It's okay if it's only a friend.
Yep.
And definitely it's okay if you think, this person, you value them as a best friend, that you have take that gift kind of relationship.
Yeah.
That's your best friend, right? That's your sisters. But other than that, you can't say, she's my best friend when you guys are not, right?
Tapi menarik ya, Echa bisa membedakan karena kalau di sini nggak tahu ya ini benar apa enggak, ada tendensi di mana semuanya tuh dianggap teman, mungkin gara-gara sosial media. Ingat ya kalian Friendster, mau orang yang lo nggak pernah ketemu udah gitu lo add, iya itu temen gue. Enggak juga bro.
Yes.
Well, but that's because I think I went through a lot of hardship in this subject and female friendship, where he says, you know, even as friends, you will have your fallout, but to what extent, right? I mean, you will have your bad days together. There'll be days where you won't talk to each other, but for how long? And if that person really make you that sad, would not understand you, would not understand your opinion or how you act. You act out of love, but that person just didn't receive it well.
Right. Yeah.
And if they don't get it and they even talk behind your back or stab you in the back, then that's not a friend.
Enggak lah,
You
Ki.
can just know them as an acquaintance, right? And actually because of that he sees that whenever, especially with girls, I don't understand why with men, I kind of have the standoff kind of like persona. Not that I don't want to not be friends with them, but like,
Automatic
I think,
boundary.
exactly. I think I have a respect for my husband that much. And so then like with my male friends is basically that. Like I know where I put myself. But for like my girlfriends, I could do anything for them. They can call me and like this is where I think my philosophy for myself and, you know, towards friends, like I may not be there during your triumphs and successes because when you're successful, there's always a lot of people around you. But definitely for sure, when in days of your hardships, when you're in the, you know, the lowest low, I will always be there as the first one. Because
Lucky people to have you as friends.
and but you know, there are some people that maybe don't see me that way and I would give up my all. I guess that's why my husband said like you really need to kind of like not put them in boxes, but be aware, you know, of
Tapi
the
gimana
people.
ya cara menaikkan kesadaran itu, ya kan? Kan tadi kalau misalnya kita dengar dari ceritanya Kay, dia tuh dulu sepertinya kayak nggak aware semua orang dijadiin teman gitu. Nah, awarenessnya tuh sensornya di mana gitu kira-kira?
Pengalaman.
Oh menarik,
Ya.
Syaz,
Kalau
cerita.
buat gue sih ya pengalaman ya. Karena gini, kalau buat gue tuh tumbuh dengan selalu merasa I'm an introvert dan gue senang sendirian gitu. Jadi tapi gue tuh ada tendensi untuk selalu melihat semua orang sama seperti Carol. Semua orang adalah teman gue karena gue selalu ngerasa teman gue dikit. Gitu. Gue cuman punya temen tuh dikit gitu. Selalu ngerasa kayaknya orang tuh kayak gue susah connect sama orang gitu. Gue jadi kayak kalau melihat pertemanan tuh kayak gue value itu tinggi sekali gitu karena
You're addicted to it.
karena gue nyari teman, karena gue sering banget
Same
ngerasa
feeling.
gue sendirian gitu. But then again, along the road ada beberapa pertemanan yang emang gak sustain gitu.
Gak
Dan
sustainnya karena apa Syaz?
banyak hal ya, kita grew apart, ada resentment, ada jealousy, ada begitu banyak hal, kita memang berkembang di cara kita masing-masing gitu. Dan sekarang gue melihat semua orang gini, apalagi masuk ke lingkungan pekerjaan ya, waktu awal itu gue kayak ngerasa oke, ini semua adalah acquaintances gue gitu. Mereka kolega, berteman dengan mereka, akhirnya buat gue adalah sebuah bonus.
Oh.
Jadi gue gak pernah melihat gue harus berteman terus-terusan sekarang. Tapi ketika gue memiliki orang yang gue anggap teman, itu adalah gems yang gue ketemu gitu tiba-tiba yang oh my god it's a bonus. Gue gak pernah expect gue bakal berteman selama ini gitu. Apalagi sama kalian, no. Gue gak expect itu karena gue pikir oh iya gue bekerja gitu kan. Bekerja tapi kemudian kita menemukan kecocokan dan akhirnya menurut gue dengan tidak berharap begitu besar terhadap pertemanan, justru gue menarik lebih banyak orang yang seperti gue, yang mengerti gue. Karena tidak ada lagi persyaratan untuk menjadi teman gitu loh.
Tapi sebetulnya ngomong persyaratan menjadi teman, gue jadi mikir gara-gara lu cerita. Mungkin buat gue adalah ketika gue lagi sehancur-hancurnya, lo di mana? Kalau lo ada di situ, wah berarti lo
And
spesial.
no judgment.
Iya.
Right?
Mau lu kelihatan jelek, mau lu
Yes.
lagi jelek ancur, mau lu lagi sukses banget, dia selalu ada di situ dan dia tuh ada di situ. That's it.
Yeah.
Itu indikator gitu.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting for me as well when I was trying to pick out my bridesmaids.
Menarik.
Tell us more.
And initially when I first started, I had like a list of like 12 people, right? I'm like, okay, I feel like these list of girls are my closest, who I've really developed a friendship and relationship with in the last few years, and I consider them my ride or die. But then I was like, okay, 12 is a lot, right, for a bridesmaid. I'm like, okay, if we were to, and then I was talking to Max about it. Okay, if we were to have 4 each, who would we pick, right? And then I went back into my list of girls and I was like, okay, if I were to go to jail tonight, which of these girls would drop everything and bail me out?
Yeah.
And it's that criteria for me that when I thought of that scenario, who's just top of my head without me even having to think like who?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this girl in a heartbeat, she would pick up in the first ring. This girl as well. And so the last, I feel like 8 years, I think in my early 20s, it was also more just like, okay, I want to be friends with everyone.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
2021.
Yes.
I mean, I had like 50 people at my intimate 25th birthday.
Intimate with 50.
Exactly.
Intimate.
I'm like, do I? Okay, I may know that many people. Like, do I like all of them?
Yeah.
You know? And then when I just celebrated my 29th birthday, even just in the span of 4 years, I'm like, I just don't know. I want to spend it with family or like my closest friends, you know, ones that I can just be myself with.
Yeah.
I can be effortless with. And it's just those people that you feel like you can be your 100% absolute self.
Yeah.
And this is actually something Max pointed out. Our friends, we have different rings and it's like a layer of onions, right?
Yeah.
Who's your ring one?
Yep.
And I think the older we get, the more you realize how much you value those friendships
Yes.
because it's so easy to have friends when everything is great. And you're on a high, right? Everyone's always there for you. And it goes back to also just being there for your friend when times are tough.
Yep.
And that makes you also think, okay, who are going to be there for me if shit were to go down? And the older you get, the more things you have to go through in life that may not always be pleasant. And it's those times that really test the strength and resilience of your friendship.
Fact check, gue gak temenan sama sekali bridesmaids gue semuanya.
Oh my gosh.
They're gone.
How many did you have?
I have like 4 people and all of them gone.
Again,
Amazing.
that's time, right?
Yeah, time.
I just want to add on to what KB had said before, you know, about the scenario. I mean, in real life for me is I consider those people, like you girls, of course, and then, you know, my other best friends are the one that can be really truthful and be frank with me because there are a lot of girls that would, you know, just say the words that you want to listen, but I want my best friend when I make a mistake, they would slap me in my face and says, "No, you're the wrong one." Right? You're the one that's making this mistake. You grow up, you know, you can't do this and that. I would appreciate, and then I know that you are my true best friend because it's not only the words that I need to hear to pleasant me, but really just snap me to reality that
It's what you need to hear.
right, like you have to grow up.
Ya karena kan sayang ya. Kalau kita sayang sama orang mah mau apa, ya dia salah, nggak salah, great. Salah ya kita omongin karena kita sayang sama dia gitu.
We have the best interest of each other at heart. Gitu.
Yeah, but not like finger pointing you like, oh, you've been like this. Not like that. But you know, it's
Tahu cara approach-nya gitu ya.
of course the one that would make you a better person. Not you kind of reflect yourself like, have I been like that kind of a bitch before? Like, I know that I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
Right.
Tunggu. There's a section for that. Don't worry, girls.
Yes.
Tapi menurut gue, I relate to Ines and Caroline especially because I think it was so rare for me to have friends because my experience, especially with female friendship, has been more traumatizing when I was younger.
Iya betul.
Yeah, when I was younger, like if I had this healthy circle since I was young, I probably would have been a much wholesome and happier woman growing up gitu.
Tapi menurut kalian ini benar-benar karena umur atau gimana sih?
Bisa jadi, and it's very interesting karena tadi KB mention kan quantity versus quality. What do you think? The younger you are, you want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah, that's true
Kayaknya pattern kita tuh tadi sama. Kayak kalau young tuh kita kayak oh, the bigger my tribe, the better. Gitu.
Yes.
Tapi sekarang kayak
I'm more popular.
Is it popular?
Karena kita kan gak bisa muda lagi gitu kan.
What do you think now that you are, if it is really H Mamar, is it quantity versus quality for you? Has it changed? Or has it always been quality?
Enggak, ya gue mirip sama Shahnaz sebenarnya dari dulu emang gak pernah punya banyak teman. Tapi lucunya gini, Akai. Gue itu baru ketemu girl gang itu di usia 30-an awal. Gak tahu kenapa ya, mungkin ya mungkin karena umur. Udah gitu rata-rata temen gue yang bener-bener dekat sampai gue bisa jelek banget dan mereka tetap di situ itu nggak satu industri.
Yeah.
Jadi mereka bener-bener dari yang industri yang beda-beda. Ada dari industri kesehatan, industri tech, ada industri storytelling. Di film kayaknya nggak ada deh. But anyways, iya, karena project based, Beb. Kayaknya ya, Beb.
Ini pasti yang nonton langsung, everyone wants to be Marissa and Marissa friends. Siapa? Aku gak ada.
Kirim CV. Saya filter dulu.
Ya, nggak tahu kenapa ya. That's also still a mystery to me. That's a mystery to me. Tapi yang jelas, ya lagi-lagi ada perasaan itu ketika gue membuat keputusan yang, ya keputusan-keputusan dalam hidup tuh mereka selalu ada gitu. Dan temen yang gue biasanya merasa paling nyaman adalah yang tadi kayak bilang, yang tidak pernah menghakimi. Jadi tendensinya tuh cuma oke, gue dengerin, gue khawatir sih ya sama lu sih Mar, gue sih deg-degan nih buat lu nih, tapi ya oke silakan ceritain gak apa-apa. I'll be here when you're crying on the floor, it's okay I'll be here just so you know. Itu sih.
But it requires certain age and maturity and experience untuk bisa mendengarkan seperti itu ya. I didn't realize.
Tapi nggak wisdom kan nggak datang dari age juga ya. Ada orang yang emang old soul dari kecil, dari dulu gitu, dan bisa emang jadi your moral compass gitu.
Berarti gue gak dipertemukan dengan orang seperti itu waktu gue muda. Gue baru dipertemukan seperti Mama di umur 30-an. So yeah, quantity and quality.
I think when we realized the value of friendship, right? I guess when we were younger, especially when we were in high school, we want to be in the in crowd. Like for you, at least to have like this, the popular kids and whatnot. I was not in the popular kids, by the way, during junior high school. I was very different.
Kayaknya kita semua underdogs ya.
Yeah.
I'm the weirdo.
Yes, like you can't say anything on this.
No, I'll finish your
Yes.
story. I'll go after you.
Okay.
I have a story to tell.
But when I moved here to Indonesia, it was also very different. It's something that I have to adapt with the culture, with the bullying and whatnot. I mean, the bullying in terms of the junior and seniors, right? There, we don't have that. Yeah, and when I came here, it was like for class 1 SMA, so it's what, 11th grade? 10th grade.
10th grade.
So I was confused, like, why are all these lady seniors wanting me to buy their bakso, and like, why they're waiting for me in front of the gate?
Indonesia's cool, man.
I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Gencet,
What is
gencet.
wrong?
Ini gadis LN
I mean,
gitu
like,
ya.
what? And then they asked me, like, buy us some bakso. I was like, no, I'm not your assistant. Like, no. And then they will wait for me in the gate, and they will, bully and harass
That
me.
means
You know
you're
who you
cool.
are. I mean, that was depressing for me because I never realized, because we didn't experience there, right?
No.
Yeah. So then I would have, some girls that would, be friends with me, but some was just probably curious about me because like friends, but like always asking, how's your life there? How different, like what is your attention? So, okay, I'm sidetracked now. And yeah. So that's during high school. And then of course, growing up after that, you're going to your uni, I think you would mature yourself and you kind of, you can sort out who's good and who's bad. But still, I think I always want to please people, I think. I always want to please people and I want to be in a group of girls. I felt like I got a good energy if I'm amongst the girls. If I'm amongst a girl group. Yeah. And then it's not always happy times. I don't know why, like Shahnaz, Inez also share with us, sometimes why is it people or these girls doesn't like us? Is it because they're intimidated by us? But we didn't try to intimidate you. Like,
No.
we're just living your life just who you are. So if you're intimidated by us, is it our fault? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Okay.
The problem
Yeah.
is you.
Yep.
Insecurity-nya masing-masing.
Hi, love.
We got here our investor.
Yeah, good thing is about this episode right now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Get testify.
Yeah, for me it's of course quality. Karena again I'm growing up as an introvert sampai sekarang masih introvert. Akhirnya I learned to love myself. I know
Correct.
that I can make friends better with dogs.
I mean, yes.
Human,
I got
I'm
cats.
sorry.
Yeah.
Tapi ternyata mereka lebih paham gitu. Karena waktu kecil juga gue surrounded by dogs. And I don't need friends. I didn't need friends at all waktu gue SD gitu ya. Gue main sama mereka gitu. Dan ternyata gue gak apa-apa gitu. Dan makin gue gede, ada tendensi itu kan. I wanna be accepted waktu gue SMA ya. Gue pengen menjadi bagian dari girl gang gitu. Tapi makin gue dewasa, gue makin sadar, enggak, gue pengen balik justru ke waktu gue kecil. Gue lebih senang kok gitu ketika gue sendiri ternyata bukannya gue tidak disakiti apapun ya sama siapapun ya. Cuman akhirnya gue tahu dan bisa differentiate. Gini, gue merasa gue tuh sangat mirip sama anjing soalnya. Kenapa gue suka sama anjing? Karena saya memang anjing. Gini. Karena traitnya anjing itu menurut gue mirip sama gue. Dia tuh akan mendekati orang yang tulus. Anjing tuh gitu kan, dia akan ngeliat dulu, dia akan observing. Nih bisa gak gue deketin ya? Dia endus.
Ayo,
gitu.
iya.
Ini bisa gak ya gue deketin gitu kan? Kayak, iya kan like me.
Exactly like you.
That's why kayak abis itu dia akan mulai duduk di samping lo. Kalau dia percaya sama lo, dia akan membiarkan lo ngelus dia.
Yeah.
That's me.
Oh, I love
gitu.
this
Jadi kayak iya kan, metaphorically kayak menurut gue memang anjing.
I like it when, oh dude.
I love how quirky it is.
I know.
I love you being so quirky and I love that I can relate to your delulu. Enggak, tapi itu bener kayak gue juga merasakan gitu when I was younger. I think it's a natural thing about growing up, right? Karena mencari jati diri berarti kita mencari community kita juga gak sih gitu. And it took me so long to realize that if you are a dog, I'm a cat.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, I was like, it's weird because I'm a cat like in a sense independent. Dan I like to be alone gitu loh. Kalau dogs kan mereka masih lebih extroverted.
Clingy sama aku sayang.
Iya, dan kalau udah sayang tuh clingy banget. Kalau gue tuh mulainya dengan kayak I'm gonna sit there and there's the energy. Is it my frequency or not? Dan semakin gue besar, gue realize bahwa quality means it's the energy frequency that matters.
That's for sure.
Stimulasi yang gue dapetin tuh it has to be a lot more than just ya kayak popularitas kita yang bisa kita post di sosmed. Gitu.
Tadi kan salah satu yang kalian, siapa yang tadi ngomong effortless? Oh ya, kamu ya KB ya? Setuju, tapi di saat yang sama juga tidak setuju. Karena setuju kalau misalnya aku koneksikan dengan energi tadi, kadang-kadang kalau kita udah ngerasa energinya enak udah pasti nyambung gitu kan. Tapi menurutku persahabatan yang baik itu butuh effort juga. Investasi waktu.
Betul.
Check in. Misalnya kita gak perlu harus selalu kayak, gue harus follow tiap hari, video call tiap hari, atau makan tiap hari sama lo. Tapi selalu checking in gitu. Karena itulah yang memaintain persahabatan kita gitu. Rasa sayang yang memang kita ekspresikan dengan apa kabar, lu hari ini ngapain gitu. Bahkan gue tuh punya satu grup, ada gue bertiga, 1 dan 2 cewek lain. Terus kita tuh punya kebiasaan baru yang dia pelajari juga dari sosial media. Jadi setiap Rabu atau setiap Kamis kita tuh ngasih kabar. Apakah itu lewat video, gue lagi gini nih, lagi ngapain nih gitu. Atau lewat audio, message gitu. Jadi we know what's going on in that person's life at that time or that week. Jadi kita selalu kayak, apa ya namanya, we build the love map, right? Peta cinta gitu.
Because like any relationship it requires nourishing. Nah, speaking of, there's actually, we're gonna get there. Ada di mana gue merasa we all have our experiences gitu kan in terms of friendship. Tapi lo pernah gak sih merasa di mana lo merasakan kayak bersyukur atau terangkat banget karena ada support system perempuan di dalam kehidupan lo yang sehat? Ada satu contoh.
Like the bridesmaids that I was mentioning earlier, my closest friends, only one of them live here in Indonesia. So I don't see them. I think lucky if we see each other once a year, really. Some, actually with one of them, we went through 5 years without seeing each other. But still she was my bridesmaid because we maintained that friendship. When my dad passed away, they made more effort than the friends who were here. And that goes to show that, wow, I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed to be surrounded by this girl group that no distance, no time can even affect the friendship that we have.
Yeah.
And that's just, and going back to what you said, Marissa, it takes effort to maintain that friendship, right? Especially if you're separated by distance. Sometimes it's just hard. You're busy living your own lives that it's hard.
Yeah.
But we do check in on each other from time to time, every week. We don't have to do it every day.
Iya.
Right?
Bener.
But when you do talk, it's like no time has passed.
Betul, kan kayak low maintenance aja
Yes.
ya kan, tapi kayak jalan
I
bener.
think it's like not pressured.
Yeah.
That's what you meant by the effortless.
Yes.
Not pressured.
Yes.
It's like mutual, genuine relationship.
Yes.
That it doesn't have to feel pressured, or
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
have to look like your best self to be presentable to these friends.
Yeah.
They will take you just who you are, right? And like for me, I think I have my friend who I've known now for almost 27 years.
Wow.
This group friends of mine. There was life-changing moments this year for me that it is life-changing, something that's a very hard decision that I have to make. I may lose some friends because of the decision that I made. But these girls that I've known for 27 years, mind you, they resemble the way I am, these past 5 years. And but they're understanding of my life decision. Not because it's your life, it has nothing to do with me, but they're like, no, we understand that this is the journey that you have to walk through. But you are still the same Caroline, and we still love you the same. And whatever the decision that you make, we will support you. But then they will still give me like messages or like those social media accounts talking about spiritual life and whatnot. So they still remind me, and then they still keep me intact. But they don't make the decision for me of my life,
Right.
And they don't devalue me because I don't look like them anymore. But I do have another group of friend of mine that is almost similar, where they're just like, they ghost me out. That's it. Because the decision you made doesn't reflect our value, right?
Tapi kan jadi tahu ya.
I quite
Kay.
understand.
Jadi
Yeah.
tahu mana yang teman,
Yes.
yang benar-benar sayang Caroline sebagai Caroline,
Yes.
atau yang cuman Caroline yang dulu yang kita
Yeah.
sayangin. Kalau misalnya
Yeah.
Caroline-nya udah berubah, oh ya udah sorry bye Kay gitu.
Yeah. Heartbroken, but I fully understand also like their values. Yeah.
Dan makin tua tuh gue yang satu hal yang gue pelajari adalah gue butuh respect keputusan orang yang tidak mau berteman sama gue.
Correct. Yes.
And it's okay. It's okay. It's your choice. You don't see me as your friends, then it's okay. And I have to be okay with that gitu. Nggak lagi mencoba untuk kayak, tapi aku kan baik. Enggak. Mungkin aku nggak baik di mata kamu, ya nggak apa-apa.
That's your
Tapi
choice.
karena kamu juga semakin secure kan Syaz.
Iya.
Maksudnya kamu semakin jejak sebagai dirimu sendiri,
Betul.
sebagai Shahnaz.
Betul.
Sehingga kalau misalnya ada yang nggak bisa terima, oh ya udah nggak apa-apa.
Benar.
Kan di dunia ini memang kita nggak perlu selalu disukai semua orang.
Betul, apalagi maksudnya kita ngomongin soal kayak all the hardships yang kita harus lewati di dalam hidup ya. For me, when I went through the divorcing process kan, it was painful ya for me. It was so painful, kayak naik turun, gue diajak ngomong apa bisa nangis, gitu. Dan I needed my friends back then gitu, sebenarnya. Terus ada beberapa yang mungkin gue tidak berharap ya sama orang. At the same time gue juga butuh waktu gitu kan, untuk bisa merasa menjadi diri gue lagi. Tapi ada beberapa yang abis itu sekarang nih gue denger kayak, iya gue denger kabar lo, tapi waktu itu gue mau nanya, tapi gue nggak tahu gue mesti ngomong apa. Dan di titik itu tuh gue ngerasa, kalau lo masih mikirin your comfort ketimbang lo cari tahu tentang gue, you're not my friend menurut gue. You're not my friend gitu. Kenapa mesti apa yang bikin lo comfort gitu, kayak gue nggak tahu mesti ngomong apa sama lo. Gue takut gue gitu kayak.
It's not about you.
It's not about you, it's about me gitu kan. At that time, if you're my friend, show up gitu. Udah itu aja, tanya apa kabar gue. Tapi
don't have to say anything, just be present.
Itu dia, ketika lo kayak masih mikirin, tapi gue, you're not my friend. Dan it's okay. Juga gue gitu. Dan saat itu gue ngerasa, nggak apa-apa. Dan semua hal itu akhirnya membuat gue melihat kembali pertemanan itu bonus memang gitu. Pertemanan itu adalah sesuatu yang tidak bisa dipaksakan dan sama seperti relasi macam apapun butuh kesepakatan dua orang. Kalau satu orang tidak mau, tidak ada pertemanan.
Yeah.
Gitu.
What was the
An
question?
Dan experience di mana kamu merasa terangkat atau bersyukur punya women circle yang suportif.
Oh my God, all the time. All the time. With you ladies, you can't imagine how happy I am. Great, thank you. I don't know why I'm crying. I just feel so... And it's contagious. So lucky.
We're all crying.
We're holding hands, that's why. It's like the tears
try,
flowing all the way from there to here.
Gila sih. I just feel so lucky to be able to be here with you girls, to be able to be vulnerable and real. I think we all hopefully are going to live a long time because we have good, real, genuine relationship where we share love. We share everything. So thank you for this beautiful human experience.
Thank you.
Girls.
Thank you for choosing.
Kenapa gue tiba-tiba nangis ya? Padahal gue gak mau mens loh, Beb.
Is that your
PMS.
But I completely understand why.
You go guys, not enough tissue, not enough tissue.
More tissue, please, thank you.
Not enough tissue still. We all got only one each.
Kayak next episode atau next season kita harus ada tissue box deh di tengah ya.
Yeah.
No, I think Bamar, like I relate because I have like 3 friends who have been 3 girls outside of this circle that I've been friends with for almost 20 years.
Your rocks.
My rocks, and you've become my rocks gitu. Yang aku nggak nyangka gitu. Because friendships for me, as I mentioned before, was so traumatizing that I approach it with very hati-hati banget gitu. So to be able to have a support system yang lu bisa cerita, karena gue aja tuh sama temen terdekat gue tuh canggung cerita. Like I'm the type who's not people pleasing, tapi gue kayak problem gue tuh bakal ngerepotin orang gak ya gitu.
Kamu gak enakan banget ya kan anaknya.
Ya karena gue merasa itu gitu loh. Because it's been, the traumatizing part was whenever I needed people when I was younger, they were never there. So I went through a lot just on my own gitu kan. Jadi kayak
I know.
So having a supportive woman circle is so powerful in so many ways gitu. It's benefitnya tuh kalau buat gue it's just super healing aja sih.
Yes.
It's healing.
It is.
It's just healing.
Iya, tapi ya gitu ya. Seberapa ini it can be very healing karena kita ketemu connection yang pas gitu dan lain-lain. Tapi kan emang banyak banget friendship yang akhirnya became toxic gitu.
Yeah.
Becoming toxic in a way. Mungkin karena ada satu hal dan lain hal. Kalau buat gue yang sangat gue jaga adalah boundaries sekarang.
Yeah.
Jadi gue tahu betul kapan gue harus narik diri gitu. Dengan mengetahui diri gue lebih baik kan gue tahu ya boundariesnya. Ketika I don't feel good about myself, I don't feel like my energy is in the vibration levelnya tuh lagi bagus gitu. Jadi gue akan kembali ke diri gue dulu gitu. Gue nggak mau kayak ngasih terlalu banyak negative energy. Although gue tahu I need a shoulder to cry on gitu. Dan gue tahu teman-teman gue pasti akan hadir di sana. But then again, maksudnya kayak kadang tuh butuh tahu banget diri kita untuk tahu friendship seperti apa yang kita butuhkan juga. Ya kan? For me kayak ternyata ada beberapa yang nggak apa-apa kok kita nggak terlalu sering ketemu. Tapi energy wise kenapa kita selalu nyambung ya gitu. Jadi ya makin tua makin paham sih seperti apa. Ya seperti anjing tadi ya.
We're all dogs. We're all dogs.
Iya, karena
I'm proud of it.
Iya, aku tuh sniffing kamu cukup lama soalnya kan.
I love that.
She likes my perfume, by the way, ladies and gents.
She smells smells great.
She always smells great.
By the way, from this, I think it's also very evident kalau friendship tuh kadang-kadang juga ada dramanya ya, gitu bisa membawa.
Dramanya tuh modelnya kayak apa,
Ya,
Kai?
kadang-kadang I don't know when does a friendship become toxic, kayak female friendship especially gitu ya. Female friendship that nourishes you and that does not nourish you setelah udah berpengalaman and growing gitu ya. Dewasa kan sekarang kita udah tahu nih ya. We know your boundaries, your criterias and what you look for in a friendship gitu. Nah, kalau buat for you guys, female friendship that nourishes and that doesn't nourishes you, itu seperti apa? Let's start with the doesn't. Kalau ada.
Cuma pernah sekali kali yang ngalamin. Yang tiba-tiba temen, ini di waktu SMA, aku kan dulu SMK, sekolah kejuruan. Aku deket sama orang ini, terus tiba-tiba suatu hari dia memutuskan untuk menyebarkan gosip bahwa aku itu foto cuma pakai bikini doang. Padahal dia which is at the time ya mungkin at the time gila gue foto pakai bikini buat ngapain gitu. Ternyata dia sendiri yang melakukan itu, tapi dia ngomongnya itu gue. Dan gue sampai sekarang nggak ngerti.
What?
Gue sampai sekarang nggak ngerti.
Mental illness.
Gue bingung sampai sekarang, terus gue yang ngapain lu ujuk-ujuk begini, kayaknya kemarin kita baik-baik aja. And then I don't think we were friends anymore at the time karena the trust was breached, right? It's like, why did you even do that? But I think friendship that nourishes itu adalah yang nggak selalu dalam posisi suportif ya. Bahkan bisa menjadi teman untuk berargumen. Gue pernah agak-agak berargumen dengan salah satu sahabat gue. Gara-gara pada saat itu gue ngerasa gue dihakimi oleh dia. Sedangkan apapun yang dia lakukan, keputusan apapun, seberapa menurut gue itu adalah, I'm not sure I would agree if I were you, tapi ya udahlah ya, itu kan kehidupan lo. Pada saat gue ngerasa dihakimi, saat itu gue kayak, dek gini kan, oh ya udah deh, gue biarin dulu aja, nggak usah gue bahas dulu sama dia. We'll see besok. Kalau besok gue masih ngerasa nyangkut, baru gue bahas. Besok ternyata masih nyangkut. Lusa masih nyangkut lagi. Akhirnya gue bilang ke dia, kemarin lo ngomong gini tuh maksudnya apa ya? Gue takutnya gue salah paham. Terus gue tersinggung sendiri gitu. Terus akhirnya kita bener-bener all out. Kita bahas gitu. Tentang lo ngomong gitu gue ngerasa dihakimi. Padahal gue gak pernah lo approach your problems with judgment. Terus dia jadi, oh gila sorry banget Mar. Bukan maksud gue kayak gitu. But that meskipun kita we had difficult conversations, but because we came out of it together, it actually became stronger. Jadi persahabatan itu bukan selalu okay, I'm your cheerleader forever gitu. Kadang-kadang ada ada argumen di tengah-tengah, ada ketidaksepakatan. When you go through that and you go through that together, it just strengthens. That's a friendship that nourishes, I feel.
Yeah, I felt the same way too. Like that's why I said before, like I really do appreciate all my, my girls tribe who really understand me. Like when I'm at the wrong, they will tell you I'm the wrong, right? Whatever situation would that be, me having a marital problem with my husband that I would, share the story to them, or any kind of problem. They were like, no, you're the one at fault. And you should just back down. You're very egoistic. You're very selfish. He's not entirely wrong. So you shouldn't do that. And then I would reflect. The thing is, I always reflect to myself, and I would never be angry like you. Like I would not be angry. I would take time for myself to kind of like, to accept it first. Like what are they trying to say? Is it in a goodwill or not? To process that. But and then I talked to them, and they already gave me the explanation that I would like you, Mara, and I would accept it. But I think your questions about the toxic relationship, the unhealthy one, is the one I think jealousy is the root.
Bentuknya apa, Kay? Kamu coba contoh konkret deh. Jealousy-nya tuh kayak apa?
So the jealousy,
bukan foto-foto bikini kan?
I mean, actually, I had the same similar incident, but that person is because I have this kind of a female wives or the wives group institution, la la la. So I just married my husband. I went to Bali with my baby, my firstborn. And of course, when you're in Bali, you wear a bikini, right?
Yeah.
My mom was the one that took a picture of me and my son. So the picture was I was laying sideways. He's right in front of me. I was hugging him, and the picture went viral because she saw my social media. She forwarded to everywhere saying that I was not wearing anything in Bali.
Wow.
That's illegal, by the way.
And I'm like,
Not wearing anything is illegal.
excuse
Sahabat
me.
kamu.
Well, no, but like
yeah.
she's an acquaintance.
Jealous.
Yeah, she's an
Okay.
acquaintance.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's even like for me, like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, wait, hold on, which one are you? Like, which one are you? I mean,
I
there's
even
a
know
lot
you.
of them and whatnot. But I think the root always comes from jealousy. I'm sorry, Mara, like with your situation. I feel jealous with you girls. But I always tell you, Mara, like I would love to be demure as you. Shahnaz, I would love to have this kind of
like me.
no, like you're like this free will of yours, you know, and you're never scared of life. And you took that action. Maybe if I was put in your position, I would not be as brave as you. I would like to have your bubbly personality. I don't have that. You know how I'm like boom, 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 direct, like Mara said. I don't like that. I would want to be like that. And for you, like your resilience in life.
Yeah.
I know I could not have that. But this jealousy is not because like, like I'm so jealous of them. And then I would talk, behind your back.
Itu mah bukan
But-
jealousy, itu aspirasional sayang.
Yes.
Beda.
But I mean, I feel jealous. I wish that
Yeah,
I could
ada
talk,
wishing-nya
Yes,
ya,
yeah.
ada berharap.
I wish that I can be like that. But to what extent?
Yeah.
That you have to like know yourself, the jealousy part, to what extent?
Healthy jealousy.
Because I do had a best friend before who apparently talk about my house behind my back. Like,
your house.
yes, my house. Like
Your best friend.
I consider was my best friend.
Your house like apa? Ini butuh perbaikan di bagian sini.
You know what she said? Like, how can they both have this house? Like, where does this success come from? I'm like, bitch, bring it on.
Nobody works as hard as Caroline
But
Soerachmat.
like, why? And then she had a fight with the husband. And I heard this because apparently our friends, our group friends heard that they had a fight together, saying like, if they can have it, then we can have it too. So that kind of jealousy, I don't think isn't already in
That
healthy,
is so
in a
toxic.
healthy
Character.
Punya banyak teman mentil ya berarti ini ya.
Apparently.
Kita berdua anak mental. Mental illness.
I love
Learning
this Gen
new
Z,
words every day.
Gen Z jargons, man. Mental.
Wow. So moving on from Carol to Ness.
Oke, for me, yang doesn't nourish ya. For me, apa ya? Kayaknya gue tuh selalu dari dulu ya, gue tuh merasa gue berbeda kan ya, in a way, kayak karena gue punya 2 kakak juga, jadi nyokap kan selalu bilang yang satu nih yang paling kecil, ini yang paling aneh gitu kan.
Oh, kamu di label waktu kecil.
Iya, of course, karena 2 kakak gue itu kan selalu bersama kan, mereka sekolah di sekolah yang sama gitu, mereka selalu ya mereka adalah mereka gitu. Sedangkan satu gue agak yang lebih ya kalau nada tuh minor lah gitu ya kita ya.
A minor.
A minor aku tuh. Jadi gue tuh selalu kayak merasa indikatornya gue untuk pertemanan gue adalah orang-orang yang melihat my weirdness as the strength gitu. Karena gue pernah berada di pertemanan yang gue bilang bridesmaids gue gak temenan lagi sama mereka semuanya karena apa? They made me feel crazy. Kayak lo tuh emang aneh, lo tuh emang selalu aneh, lalala gitu. Jadi kayak gue tuh jujur mempertanyakan sanity gue berulang kali gitu dulu gitu. Apakah gue segitu anehnya ya gitu? Emang gue segitu out of the boxnya ya? Padahal gue menjalani hidup gue selama ini normal-normal aja gitu di dalam kadar normal. Cuman memang the way I think emang begini gitu. Dan itu sih indikator gue, itu membuat gue mempertanyakan diri gue dan sanity gue adalah satu indikator yang udah jelas buat gue kalau lo sangat tidak approve bukan tidak approve ya, lo merasa gue segitu sakit jiwanya then you're not my friend.
Berarti sama kayak toxic relationship sebetulnya.
I guess so, jadi kayak gaslighting kan.
Yeah.
Gue jadi mempertanyakan diri gue kan. Of course it's like toxic relationship karena it's toxic friendship gitu. Gue jadi mempertanyakan emang gue segitu anehnya ya? Emang gue segitu gilanya ya? Emang gue segitu sintingnya ya? Lo kan selalu aneh, lo kan selalu ini. Kadang-kadang gue gak kuat sama keanehan lo. Hah?
Wow.
Gitu kayak iya. Dan dulu kan gue nyaman ya berteman sama orang-orang seperti ini karena it feels familiar. Karena nyokap gue juga cukup bully ya. Dia sering membuli gue dengan perkataan dia verbally. Jadi buat gue itu familiar gitu. Jadi gue dicela dan lain-lain tuh it's okay, they love me gitu.
Right, a form of love.
A form of love. It's familiar, oke, gue akan jalan ke situ gitu. Tapi makin gue dewasa gue makin tahu kalau enggak, harusnya gue merasa baik-baik saja pun gue aneh gitu. Mungkin nggak kayak gitu caranya ngomongnya juga gitu, nggak kayak lo kan emang paling aneh, lo kan gitu. Jadi itu adalah indikator gue ketika gue ketemu temen sekarang yang bisa celebrating my weirdness, my quirkiness.
Yes.
That's
You're not
my
weird,
friend.
darling. You're creative.
Yes.
Her words for putting metaphor.
Putting it into nicer words.
You're funny. Really funny.
Dan jadinya kayak gitu, jadi gue kayak merasa oke, kalau gue merasa lebih baik, energinya lebih baik, dan apapun itu sebenarnya kan transaksional ya, pertemanan pun juga. Tapi gue tidak bilang transaksional as in kayak materialistis, tapi it's about energy. Kalau gue kasih dan gue gak dapet sama sekali, kalau gue kasih malah gue tiba-tiba drained.
Vampire ya?
Vampire, iya ditarik semuanya dari gue. Ketika gue curhat malah gue makin ngerasa gue dihancurkan karena lu gila gitu, karena lu aneh gitu. Itu sih indikator ya. Jadi sekarang pertemanan buat gue yang nourishing adalah yang membuat gue merasa lebih baik. As in gak harus lebih baik kayak oh iya berarti gue paling cakep sedunia. Enggak juga gitu. Tapi merasa gue lebih wholesome gitu. Oh ternyata mereka mencintai gue apapun bentuk gue. Mau gue lagi chaotic pun, gue lagi masuk asylum one day gak tahu gue gitu. Tapi mereka akan ada di sana dan those are my people. Gitu.
And laugh with you even in the asylum.
Exactly.
Introvert of the asylum.
But I do want to ask Shahnaz, because you go to a school in South Jakarta as known as an all-girls school.
Homogen.
Yeah,
There was
where,
semua.
I mean, we all look up to that. How was the experience?
Itu kompetisinya tinggi banget gak sih Syaz?
Lumayan. Ya udah kita buka aja ya nama sekolah SMA Tarakanita 1. Semua perempuan, all girls high school. Di sana ketika gue berada di situ, karena gue kan dari dulu ya I was always like this. Gue nggak apa-apa sendirian gitu. So gue kayak agak outcast lah ya hitungannya gitu. Gue cuma dengerin Radiohead dan gue gambar doang gitu sepanjang itu. Dan I was never part of the group gitu kan. Dan I'm okay with that. Tapi banyak banget yang selalu kayak, oh kalau Ines mah antisosial gitu. Selalu gitu kan, antisosial. Dan what I did then as a coping mechanism I think, gue tuh kayak diadopsi oleh satu orang ekstrovert.
Dan introverts.
Dan dia membawa gue ke semua tempat gitu. Dia membawa gue ke semua tempat. So I was holding on to her kayak take me with you.
You always relate to dogs. Yes, we got it. Got it.
Jadi gitu gue diadopsi sama dia. Jadi gue pergi kemanapun ikut dia. Tapi ya itu ternyata the way she treated me parah gitu. Jadi dia juga ngebully gitu kan. Dan akhirnya gue juga tidak berteman juga gitu saat itu sama dia. Tapi itu case gue ya. Sebenarnya banyak yang akhirnya menemukan grup-grup kecil yang beneficial buat mereka gitu. Dan gue juga sampai sekarang masih ketemu tuh grup-grup besar juga di dalam lingkungan alumni yang sangat mendukung female friendship juga gitu. Female network dan lain-lain itu it's nice. But ya itu. Ya pendewasaan diri kan. Karena gue introvert, gue gak tahu gimana caranya. Ya gue socially awkward ya. Bukan cuma introvert, gue socially awkward. Connection buat gue dulu adalah sesuatu yang harus diperjuangkan gitu. Gue tidak datang naturally seperti gue membelai anjing ataupun kucing gitu ya. Jadi gue mencoba untuk berteman sama satu orang dan ngikutin dia kemanapun dan akhirnya tidak ada boundaries di situ. Itu yang menurut gue jadi pintu masuk dari semua toxicity yang akhirnya terjadi di dalam pertemanan kita. There's no boundaries. Dan dia juga tidak di-respect gue. Dan pertemanan yang penting juga menurut gue adalah pertemanan yang juga berkembang. pertemanannya tidak lagi pertemanan yang stuck ketika lo 16 tahun. Karena the way she treated me when I was 16, it was okay back then. Tapi kan waktu gue berkembang jadi 27 tahun, 28 tahun, I was not the same person as I was when I was 16. Gitu, gue nggak punya karir, gue nggak punya apapun. Lo bisa teriak-teriakin gue dimanapun, ngata-ngatain gue, then I would be okay with it when I was 16. Tapi when I was 27, when she did that, kayak bullying gue di tengah begitu banyak orang.
What?
You already know your self-worth.
Yes, it was not okay. Gitu. It was not okay at all gitu. Dan dengan ngomong terus-terusan kayak, oh iya lo sih aneh, pas gue udah tua kan kayak, no, this is not right. I need to get out of this. Gitu. So yeah, I did. Dan good riddance sih menurut gue ya. Sekarang gue nggak perlu begging siapapun untuk untuk that friendship gitu. Jadi bonus untuk gue. Dan thankful banget gitu ketemu orang-orang yang akhirnya malah cocok buat gue karena I make that space. Dulu tuh gue ngerasa, oh these people are my best friends. Gue gak punya space lagi untuk masukin temen yang lain karena I spend most of my time with them. Tapi giliran gue tidak berteman sama mereka, I have the time to spend with a lot of people, more people. Dan akhirnya gue punya space juga untuk bertemu dengan orang-orang yang memang sepemikiran sama gue, ya kan? Dan lebih di vibrasinya sama lah gitu kurang lebih.
I understand. Like that one.
I think for me, I have to agree with you, Shahnaz. It's just creating boundaries. And I think over time, you get better at defining those boundaries, right? I think for the longest time, I didn't really have boundaries with friends and they would end up trauma dumping on me. That would then
Trauma dumping itu apa sayang?
it's like, you know, they would go through their issues or their marital problems, their family issues. And they would come to me for it as if I'm a therapist. Yeah, but I'm not, right? I'm supposed to be your friend. I mean, of course you can share things with me, but when it comes to a certain, and when it becomes excessive, that's when it's like, whoa, this is actually affecting my own sanity.
Dari mana, Kebi?
I think it's when you don't have the bandwidth to cater to it anymore. They come to you with a problem and they ask your advice on a solution. You give the solution and then it's up to them whether to take that advice or not and do it. They don't take that advice. They still keep doing what they did and then they come back to me.
Same issue.
Same issue.
I have a lot
That
of
is
those in my
jumping.
life.
And it's like, how much longer do I have to keep repeating myself?
Itu lo kirim quotation sih, sejamnya.
Invoice-nya ya.
She just needs a dumpster.
Yeah.
To rant.
And I think for the longest time, I've always wanted to be a good friend to the people that I actually consider my friends, right? I want to be 100% of a friend for them because that's what I expect in return as well. I want my friends to be 100% to me. But then, you know, when that starts to happen, you have to kind of start to get picky on who you invest your time with. It's like, okay, if I'm investing 110% of my energy and time to you, would you also do the same? Is that reciprocated towards me? And once I learn that that is indeed not the case, then I start to just sort of
Mundur teratur.
Sliding.
And I think for the longest time that's happened. And it's actually my husband who just kind of slapped me out of it and was like, you can't keep doing this. It's not healthy for you. Because then I would complain to him, right? Like, and he's like, okay, I love you. But then now I'm being your therapist. And it's just a domino effect. So it should stop on you. And that's when I started to, okay, this person is this... I love this person. She's my friend. I've told her 10 times on what not to do, yet she still keeps doing it. Maybe she just needs to learn on her own first. And
Atau
decide for me to
mungkin
back off.
kadang-kadang ada juga orang yang suka dengan drama itu, Kebi.
Yeah, I think
Jadi
so.
dia mengulang hal yang sama karena nggak tahu kenapa
it gives attention. She
Energi
gets-
aja
They
gitu.
get energized
Energi
by
buat
it.
dia.
And I think that's when I learned that is not for me.
Yes.
And that's when I
Yes.
walked away, 'cause
Yeah.
I don't need that drama
Iya
in
sih,
my
tapi
life.
meskipun kita bikin decision itu, gue tuh ngerasa I still love these people in a
Yeah.
way, but I love them now from a distance.
Afar.
Dan it's
Exactly.
okay gitu, it's okay kayak I still love them. They made me the way I am today gitu. Cuma ya well,
Yeah.
You know, I realized that I don't understand gitu kayak karena gue tuh merasa I'm really awam banget deh masalah pertemanan gitu karena gue belum pernah merasa ada di dalam sebuah pertemanan yang when I am in an emotional need to really need somebody or a shoulder to cry on tuh gue belum pernah merasakan punya itu gitu di dalam kehidupan gue sampai gue ketemu sama suami gue, but he's my husband gitu kan. But
Lucky in a way.
Lucky in a way.
Yeah.
Lucky, for sure. But then I was always envious of people who have that. Because kalau gue tuh nggak enakan, I realize because you mentioned it, kalau kamu tuh nggak enakan banget ya kayak. Gue tadi baru mikir gitu, is it a fear of rejection? Gitu. Karena I do have that gitu, because I've been rejected always. And then makanya gue bilang kayak friendships, especially female friendships gitu. I grew up with more guy friends because it was less drama. They didn't reject me.
Yeah.
But female friends are like, Kai is too much, and they never define what too much means gitu kan.
They said the same
Iya,
thing to
gue
me.
tuh mendengarkan itu selalu gitu loh. Is it my energy? Are you intimidated by the things that I do? What is it? Gitu kan. Or am I not there enough for you? Padahal gue tuh selalu menginvestasikan energi gue buat lo. Kalau lo nangis sama gue dengerin gitu kan. Atau is it something my response? What I say gitu. Something like that gitu. Jadi kayak for me then now, what nourishes me is just friendship that I trust that when I tell them, okay, I just need to vent. I'm not necessarily kayak gue belum tentu perlu advice atau solusi atau gimana karena gue lagi emotional banget nih gitu kan. That I know that I will not be rejected sih gitu. Because the feeling of being rejected by supposedly they say gitu kan, lo temen lo gitu kan, they tell themselves or tell other people that they're like best friends with you or friends with you gitu kan. Itu gak enak banget sih. It's because you've already accepted them into your tribe and your closest circle gitu kan.
Yes.
I feel like itu sebagai temen tuh ya itu makanya gue suka segen aja, gue nggak tahu gitu. Parameternya tuh kayak what is too much for people? Because people tell me I'm too much gitu kan. So it's like what are the parameters of this social thing? Gue tuh merasa awam banget gitu karena gue belum pernah punya itu gitu.
And you'll never know, right? Kayak it's kayak intuitif aja gak sih? Kayak kita gak pernah tahu for sure dia consider gue temen dia atau bukan.
Nah, itu
Memang
dia.
kadang-kadang timing ya. Maksudnya gak ada yang bisa memungkiri kekuatan dari waktu. Maksudnya memang ketika kita udah lama dan masih berteman dengan orang ini ya memang dibuktikan bahwa memang
Ya di sana.
dia di situ gitu. Emang kayaknya harus sabar juga sih Kai. Maksudnya kayak ya udah tungguin aja. Lo masih di situ 10 tahun. 20 tahun masih di situ. 30 tahun di situ. Oke gitu.
Ada yang udah digesu tapi tetap di situ. Shoo, tapi dia tetap di situ. Oh ya udah berarti temen gue gitu.
So we have like an interesting fact that you mentioned timing. This is Mel Robbins. I love her. She's this
Love her too.
psychologist / coach gitu kan.
Yes.
So Mel Robbins identified 3 pillars of friendship. Katanya tuh proximity, timing, and energy.
Yeah, there you go.
Proximity, it's like cause you long distance. Enggak, tapi kayak gini, proximity itu this refers to how often and closely you interact with someone.
Ya.
Jadi sebenarnya ternyata mungkin dulu proximity itu kita
Distance.
Gen Z mungkin dan sekarang udah dengan teknologi berubah kali ya. Kalau dulu kan kita harus telepon landline,
Lain-lain.
or kayak harus ngomong gitu mungkin.
Kalau enggak
Sekarang
ini
FaceTime.
surat.
Oh my God.
Mail. Pen pal.
Gak pernah tuh gue punya gituan.
Gue gak berani lo, gue takut.
Who's gonna receive it back?
Exactly. Gue sempet takut. And timing. Katanya tuh this considers the circumstance and timing when you meet and build connection. Katanya life stages and external factors also impact life stages.
Life
gitu kan ya.
stages.
Dan mungkin kita ketemu di life stage di mana kita semua udah di frekuensi yang lagi di frekuensi yang
Agreed.
sama. And energy, of course, the effort and investment you put into a friendship.
Of course.
Wow.
There you go.
Those are the
we covered
components,
that
huh?
up.
Yeah.
Now, ladies, we've just experienced the power of healing when you're able to just let go. Kayak lo tuh merasa terharu dan bersyukur ada orang-orang ini di dalam kehidupan lo gitu kan. How do you think though society has underestimated the power of a woman's circle? Because we know that the famous woman's circle is very feared upon. Women's circle have successfully fought for women's rights.
Yes.
Kayaknya kalau kita itu kan memang saling bahu-membahu in a way, kayak kita tuh selalu emotional support aja tuh selalu datang buat perempuan gitu, dan kita tuh selalu mengembangkan sense of community gitu di apapun yang kita lakukan, apapun yang kita sentuh gitu. I guess itu sih yang ditakuti ya. Dan untuk build a community lo butuh perempuan pasti gitu, dan perempuan tuh pasti suaranya harus didengar gitu. Dan mungkin itu yang akan membuat kita lebih powerful, itu yang mungkin akan intimidating buat beberapa orang gitu.
Or the other gender.
Or the other gender.
Because I felt like from experience when I have a friend who probably, in a marriage where the husband is more dominant, sometimes he or that person or the husband tried to kind of take us away from his wife, because he knows when we are together, she will be stronger. We would give her advices that would make her strong. And most likely he doesn't want her to be as strong like that, right? So then
Intimidating.
that he could intimidate her. Now seeing the changes day by day now that she's much more stronger, now he kind of cut ties between us, the girls, into his wife.
Sampai
Toxic banget, Beb.
But I felt like that's why when we're collectively together, we are fearless.
Yep.
You know, and we give strength, like you were saying, giving the energy, giving the strength together, and someone that is helpless can find their own inner strength.
Yeah.
Just by being there with their girls.
Benar, dan menarik banget ya, gue satu dokumenter yang gue tonton tahun lalu judulnya Witches. Kalau kalian sempet cari dan nonton, I've recommended it to you.
Was it a movie or Apple TV?
It's in movie. It's by Elizabeth Sankey. Dia bicara mengenai kegilaan perempuan, as in kegilaan kita. Perempuan tuh memang chaotic, perempuan memang emosional, perempuan emang begini dan begitu. That's what makes us women gitu. Tapi di situ dia concern, satu hal yang terus-menerus dibahas adalah postpartum depression. Gimana perempuan relasinya itu dengan perempuan yang zaman dulu perempuan selalu dibakar karena dia adalah penyihir.
Yes.
Dan saat penyihir-penyihir ini dibakar zaman dulu, mereka tuh punya komunitas karena mereka saling membantu perempuan lain yang dianggap gila juga untuk saling membahu-membahu untuk ngobrol, untuk memberikan support gitu. Jadi banyak banget perempuan-perempuan yang ternyata baru melahirkan, ditinggalkan sama suaminya, akhirnya mereka saling membantu dan akhirnya dianggap sebagai penyihir karena ini dan itu. Gitu.
Karena
Jadi
takut dengan kekuatannya. Mungkin.
one of them. Dan banyak perempuan-perempuan ini juga yang merasa kegilaan gue dijadikan senjata untuk menghancurkan gue terus-menerus, dan akhirnya ya udah, gue udah capek dianggap gila seumur hidup. I'll just say that I'm a witch, so burn me.
Oh sedih sekali tapi.
Sedih sekali. Dan dokumenter itu sangat powerful, jadi ditonton. Dan itu,
Right? About
Yeah,
Salem.
16th century.
dan
Witch
all the witches
persecution.
are women.
Yeah. All the witches
All the witches are women.
Yeah. If it's a guy, it's a warlock.
Kalau kalian ngomong semua nenek sihir itu perempuan ya, terus aku jadi langsung mikir gini, film horor di Indonesia juga rata-rata kan hantunya kan cewek ya.
Iya.
That's true.
Sepertinya harus kita ubah ini.
Iya ya.
Padahal banyak genderuwo di luar sana.
No, because if it's the other gender, it's real life. You'll find them in real life.
Ya ampun, Caroline Soerachmat ini ternyata lucu sekali.
Sorry for all the dudes in this room.
Gitu, I love that. I totally love that. Because why you vilify a circle of helping hands, gitu kan?
Yes.
We're just a circle of helping hands. There's nothing about that.
We mean
gitu.
well.
We're sorry if you don't have a circle of helping hands.
We'll be here. We'll be here.
Tapi gender yang satu lagi itu yaitu laki-laki, aku jadi mikir kasihan juga ya mereka karena
No,
mereka
they
itu nggak punya seperti ini.
They don't.
Mereka tuh nggak ngomongin tentang urusan hati gitu. Pun kalau misalnya ada laki-laki yang ingin berbicara tentang urusan hati, mereka takut ngomongnya nanti dianggap apalah, apaan sih lu gitu kan.
Yeah.
Tapi sebetulnya mungkin harus kita ubah juga gitu.
You can
Kita
talk to
bantu.
us.
Kita bantu.
Yeah.
You can talk
Safe
to us.
space.
You can talk to me, tapi jangan ngarep. You. What was the question?
I knew she was gonna ask.
I feel like we've been talking about everything.
Yeah, kayak, do you feel, why do people underestimate the power of a woman's circle that's strong?
Because at least for me, maybe I feel like I haven't gone to therapy yet is because of the power of a women's circle, because I have such a strong circle of friends, of girlfriends who really keep me in check, tell me when I'm actually in the wrong, support me when I'm feeling down, and they let me feel my emotions, right? And like for example, when I've just lost my dad and I was still grieving, I would be at my friend's place at 10 a.m. We'd work out, and then right after, she's like, "You want a protein shake?" "No, I'd like a glass of whiskey, please." Monday, 10 a.m. And she just looked at me as I drank my whiskey. And then once I finished my whiskey, she would then ask me, "How are you? How are you feeling?"
Right.
And
And you were like,
she was like, "It's okay, this is something you'd have to go through." And it's that powerful for me.
Yes.
It really can help you heal.
of course.
Really. So when we were doing our episode the other day about seeking psychological help, I was like, yeah, I've actually never seen a therapist, and I actually asked myself, why is that? Because I mean, I've had my issues and still do. I'm like, oh, why is that? It's because I feel like I have such a strong support system around me that I haven't felt the need to seek help beyond that support. Yeah. So it's really amazing, and it's this conversation that we've had has made me think a lot about the girlfriends that I have, and just how the amount of 8-9 episodes that we've done, and we've just been talking about life.
Yeah.
And just being open and vulnerable, and it's amazing to have that safe space. And I hope that's what our viewers can also feel when they're tuning into us, and
Amen.
be a sense of support system that they maybe can't find anywhere else. At least this is it for me, and so I just feel super blessed, and just reminiscing and reflecting on the last few episodes that we've done together.
We cried together.
We cried together. We
cried a
laughed
lot.
together.
Yes.
It's this.
Yes.
But just disclaimer for viewers, this is the conversations we would have even when cameras are off.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
But
This is
more
like-
cursing.
Yeah, exactly.
For me only.
But-
I don't speak for
But I
everyone.
think that's why it's so underestimated, because pertukaran pikiran itu ternyata bisa juga terjadi dengan sangat sehat. What people in society wouldn't believe. They think that women's circles are always only about gossiping, gitu kan? Okay, maybe we do.
Yes.
I mean, ada loh healthy gossip juga ada.
Ada healthy gossip, kan kita
gossip
tahu
yang
kan,
ada.
Bang Dhany.
Ntar healthy gossip tuh apaan, Syaz?
Ya kita bisa ngomongin orang gitu ya, tapi kan kita gak harus ngomongin orang all the way sampai nyinyir gitu. Maksudnya gossiping,
Based
of course
on
lah.
facts.
Based on facts. Siapa yang enggak?
We love taking out life lessons out of that.
No, that's true.
Nggak, karena you know what I realized? That what healthy gossip means, lo tuh oke, ini kejadiannya guys gitu. Terus yang kita refleksikan tuh bukan orangnya, tapi yang kita refleksikan tuh kejadiannya and how it relates to each one of us.
Yes.
And I really love that. And thank you, my girls,
Thank
for this
Thank you,
episode.
guys.
Thank you, my
Because
ladies.
I hope buat female friendship di sana
This is
juga
the longest one, by the way.
juga bisa melihat bahwa you can have great conversations with your friends.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have the lucky ones, hold them dear.
Yes. Hold them dear.
Hold them dear.
Anyone else about friendship? Anything? Last words? You want to say? No. So we're going to continue our witches dance here.
Yeah.
Our witches dance here. And viewers, please send your celebrations and your appreciation to the best women in your life.
Yes.
Or just your best friends in your life. Mention them right here in our comment section. So we will see you on the next episode of In Her View. Bye.
Bye.
Atau ke orang yang mereka benci juga nggak apa-apa. Jadi they can reflect. Reflect.
We don't like this
It's
one.
a wrap today. Don't forget to
Like, subscribe,
Comment.
and share.